Hey everybody, today we are making some Halloween decor with the bandsaw and the xTool laser. Here's what they look like. I hope you like the video. First things first, I'm taking a squared off piece of stock, you know, jointer, planer, all that boring stuff, taking it over to the bandsaw and cutting to about, I'll say 8 millimeters, maybe a little beefier. I'm looking to end up with a final thickness on each piece of about 6 millimeters. So if I can get 2 of those out of every, even if I just plane that thicker piece down, I'm happy with it. But ideally I'll get 3 out of a board. So each final piece of stock for the laser is going to be a thin board, about 6 millimeters, and it's going to be about 15 inches by 5.5 inches, something like that. The length is the width of my laser's bay. So I've just managed to dial this laser file in, and this is the result. Oh, nice drop through because everything is optimized at this point. So we're going to go ahead and glue this guy up, and then I'll tell you about my laser file and set you up to make something like this yourself if you got a laser that can cut. We're using cherry hardwood for this, and a lot of lasers could probably cut just 2 thicker layers and you could glue that together. I did that with my prototype for this design, but it wasn't as clean as I would want those edges to be, so I elected to go with 3 layers in a bid to get it super clean and minimize the sanding that I was going to have to do later. For this glue up, I'm using Titebond 3 and a bunch of spring clamps. If you don't have a nice flat stock to use, you might want to really hold those layers together with like a trigger clamp. It's important when doing a lamination like this to really take the time to line everything up. It's going to save you so much time later. It's going to give you a cleaner looking product, especially if you're looking to preserve that nice black edge for a project like this that the laser gives you. It's a pain to sand it off and get it to look uniform after. As you can see, we ended up going with a lot of clamps here. So while that's gluing up and drying, probably take half hour to an hour on a day like today, I'll tell you about my laser file. So we got 3 vectors and then an engrave PNG going on top of one of them here. So settings are about power 100, speed 6, 3 passes. My stock thickness is about 6 millimeters. And it's super easy to make this file. I will show you how now. So first we need some base images to work with. If we're going to sell this item, it's good to get a royalty-free image from a website like Pixabay. Can't recommend them enough. They have paid options, but plenty of really good quality free options out there. So I need a couple images here. I need the jack-o'-lantern face, and then I need an image that I'm just going to take the outline of a pumpkin. This one ought to work, and I'm going to combine them to make exactly what I need. These images will specify that you can use them free for commercial use, and then they'll give you the option to donate to the artist, which is pretty cool as well. Okay, so first we need a pumpkin outline for the cut file, and I'm going to take this PNG that I got. It's actually not the same one that I use in my file. I couldn't find that one, so I'm just showing you how to use any old image to get the outline. So use the outline tool in XCS. They make it super easy. You can use an offset of 2 or 0 or 3, whatever you want. If the stem's narrow, you know, an offset might work. And then you're just going to insert a rectangular shape, overlap it, position it right where you want to get a nice flat foot on each cut, and then select both vectors, go to the Combine tool, and hit Unite. And there you have it. Easy as that. Your pumpkin shape now has a flat foot so that it can be freestanding. So let's go ahead and run that and then go check on our glue up. Maybe finish this project. Here's a little cooking infomercial moment where I have a done product ready right now. This is just the prototype though. The new one's gonna look just like this, but this is that 2-layer glue up that I was talking about. The cuts weren't quite as clean as I want. They got some minor imperfections. It still looks good. It doesn't really save all that much time though, because the laser can blast through thinner material more easily. So there we go. Right as that was gluing up, we cut 2 more. So got 2 more glue ups that we gotta do. Nice clean edges on each layer. I'm really liking how easy these are cutting. Let's get all the clamps off there. We did really well with this glue up because we used a little patience and we were finicky, kept repositioning the clamps. So now we have very little work to do after the fact. And because everything's lined up nice, we get to keep that clean black edge, which always looks nice if you can keep it. So I'm gonna use a brass brush. It's actually part of a gun cleaning kit to knock all the char off. The reason for that is when you apply the finish, especially an oil-based one, you don't want to bleed the char into the workpiece. You can actually stain the workpiece if you don't knock that char off. I use the Air Assist kit with the xTool M1. I should have mentioned that earlier, and that results in a lot less char in the first place. Feel free to ask me about that. We have other videos on installing that kit as well. Hey, hope you liked it. Hope you like how the product came out. I think they're pretty cool. They're a pretty quick laser project that actually has some quality to it because we used a hardwood instead of a plywood. I don't know. I'm a sucker for real hardwoods, I guess. Anyhow, thanks for the support. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. Throw us a like to help us out, and see you next time. Happy Halloween.